Hi, I'm Emily Glsen, and I'm a family nurse practitioner. Today, I'm going to talk about personal responsibility and physical vibrancy. Personal responsibility relating to physical vibrancy can be defined as proactively pursuing a wide range of options that ensure one's physical health is prioritized and optimized based on one's unique physical design. Romans chapter 12 describes what it is to be a living sacrifice to God. Verse 1 reads, "And so, dear brothers and sisters, I plead with you to give your bodies to God because of all he has done for you. Let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind he will find acceptable. This is truly the way to worship him." This means that part of our response to all God has done for us includes our responsibility to take care of our physical bodies. Maintaining optimal physical health is an act of worship and is necessary to fully and effectively serve God. So what does it look like for someone to worship God by taking personal responsibility for their physical vibrancy? We will discuss 5 steps you can take toward assuming personal responsibility for your health. Number 1, monitoring one's physical health to ensure they are making responsible life choices. You may not have control of your physical health due to busyness, ignorance, fear, or addiction. Despite the many barriers to monitoring your health, it is an integral piece of personal responsibility and includes observing diet, physical activity, sleep patterns, stress levels, caffeine intake, smoking, use of alcohol or recreational drugs, and knowing your family medical history if possible. You can monitor lifestyle-related choices by journaling or using an app to track patterns and routines. Ask yourself, how am I spending my time and what am I putting in my body? There is a lot of controversy around what is included in a healthy diet. Often, different types of diets work for different people. No matter what type of diet you choose to follow, strive to include whole foods that are minimally processed and limit added sugars as much as possible. Number 2, prioritizing routine health screenings with healthcare professionals. You may avoid routine health screenings due to viewing them as unimportant, inconvenience, fear, or skepticism of the healthcare system, or financial cost. However, routine health screenings are necessary for health maintenance. Routine health screenings, also known as physicals or wellness visits, are examinations that give healthcare providers the opportunity to take a comprehensive medical history and perform a physical examination. The information gathered during the exam helps to determine what health screenings are needed, diagnose any medical problems, and prescribe testing and treatment. Typically, physicals are recommended every 1 to 3 years for people younger than age 50 with no chronic health problems, and yearly for those age 50 and above. More frequent follow-up visits may be needed to monitor certain medical conditions. Regular dental and eye exams are also recommended. Routine screenings for common and concerning health problems include high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, mental health disorders, and various infectious diseases and cancers. Number 3, taking immediate action if one is feeling ill or facing health issues. You may delay addressing health problems because you believe they will resolve on their own, you are too busy, or you are fearful of getting a certain diagnosis. Unfortunately, deferring care when it is needed can result in devastating consequences. For problems that are self-limiting, meaning they will resolve on their own with time, such as a cold or flu, give your body the rest and replenishment needed to recover. This means stay home and focus on hydrating, eating, and sleeping. If needed, seek care with a healthcare provider. Often, the earlier a condition is diagnosed, the greater chance of effective treatment and cure. For more serious or concerning health problems, you can get a second opinion with another healthcare provider, typically a specialist if necessary. Number 4, actively promoting strategies and policies in one's own work schedule to make time for physical activity and relaxation. You may not make time for physical activity and relaxation because you feel you're too busy, you have too many responsibilities, or you don't enjoy exercising. A lifestyle that lacks physical activity and relaxation is often one that results in suboptimal health. Making time for physical activity and relaxation has consistently shown to be beneficial to overall physical health. If you find it difficult to make time for these, write down a daily schedule for yourself that includes time allotted for them. You're more likely to engage in these activities consistently if they are pre-planned. A general physical activity recommendation for health maintenance in most adults includes 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity aerobic exercise, plus muscle strengthening activities 2 days per week. The type of activity, frequency, and intensity of exercise can be adjusted depending on your health needs or goals. Number 5, awareness of the negative effects of stress on one's physical health and taking proactive steps to mitigate them. You may not manage stress because you don't know how, you don't see the need, or you turn to unhealthy behaviors in response to stress. If not appropriately addressed, stress can have harmful effects on your overall physical health. Stress is something we all experience. It is part of the human condition and living in this broken world. It is important to know how to manage stress proactively so it does not become chronic. Chronic stress is a consistent sense of feeling pressured and overwhelmed over a long period of time. Physical symptoms that can manifest from chronic stress include bodily aches and pains, insomnia or sleepiness, low energy, a change in social behavior such as staying in often, unfocused or cloudy thinking, change in appetite, problematic alcohol or drug use, change in emotional response to others, and emotional withdrawal, often described as feeling stuck. Medical diagnoses that are most commonly linked to chronic stress include high blood pressure, depression, anxiety disorders, and addiction disorders. Treatment of chronic stress mainly includes lifestyle changes such as regular exercise, healthy diet, getting more sleep. In addition, learning time management techniques, setting realistic goals, and making time for leisure activities can also provide relief. So what does life look like when someone assumes personal responsibility for their physical vibrancy? Paul Tripp once wrote, "Worship is not primarily your activity. Worship is your first identity as a human being. Human beings were created by God to be worshipers." The person who takes personal responsibility for their physical health ensures they are making responsible lifestyle choices, prioritizes health screenings, addresses their health issues, makes time for physical activity and leisure, and proactively manages stress. They take on an identity and a lifestyle that is lived as an act of worship to God, which allows them to fully and effectively serve God. One could argue everything we say and do is an act of worship. If we are not worshiping God by caring for our physical bodies, we are replacing that with worshiping in other ways or worshiping other things.